Every day, historic buildings across America are being torn down, and what's inside can be lost or destroyed forever. But not if Mike and Robert get there first.
Bring it down just a little bit.
From an old farmhouse to an abandoned mill, together they restore, repurpose, or resell whatever salvage they can find.
Now, this is a no-fun zone.
They're saving pieces of history and America, one salvage job at a time.
The value just keeps going up.
They are the Salvage Dawgs.
About that time, Tess. How about a fire without a beer?
I heard we sold a couple of these.
Yeah?
We went somewhere. What the hell? What is this? Who is this?
Hey, I got the bus I always wanted.
You bought it?
Yeah, I always wanted one of
You
these.
know it's got a dent on the back end?
You know, it's pre-dented. I've always liked Volkswagens. I learned to drive on a 65. Blew 3 engines in that. Sorry, Mom.
We're gonna turn around so you can see the whole thing.
It's a cool-looking VW bus. I'm thinking, okay, we can make some money off of this. Look at this. Oh! I don't think it'd hurt it if they hit anything with it. Oh, where's the rest of it?
I left it on a telephone pole back there about 1.5 miles.
He takes a swing around the parking lot, and I'm like, it just always turns out this way.
It's missing a few parts.
Yeah, I see that now. Either he wrecks it on the way home, or he buys something that is just completely half-assed destroyed.
Come on,
Spare
Robert.
pile's right over there.
Come on, Robert.
I can't believe it's running.
Oh, the engine's fine. It's
I
just
can't believe one side of that thing doesn't know what the other side's up to.
Well, you just got to have a little bit of vision, you know?
You know, I thought all my hopes had been realized.
You had hopes?
I had hopes.
Life is up and down, Robert. Come on, get used to it.
It really is. Everybody's got a good side.
Yeah, that's right. Just- I'm going to cut this thing right here, okay? Somebody's already thought about doing it. And then I'm going to cut, and I'm going to remove all of this, right? And then I'm going to make a truck out of it. Going to cut all the bad stuff off and then build a really cool black dog wagon right behind it. We're going to use a bunch of salvage. It's going to be interesting to see how it comes out. Now we can do parades.
That's your firewood storage.
You guys have absolutely no vision.
Okay, guys, I got good news this week.
We could use some.
Yeah, we got a one-day salvage job.
All right.
Bad news is,
How long is it gonna take?
it should take at least 2 days to get it done. We're headed to Mount Jackson, Virginia.
Beautiful.
It's a cool house. Unfortunately, the asbestos guys have picked over it pretty good, but there's still some good stuff.
These brackets are some of the bling that we want.
All these brackets were in pairs. In the mid-1800s, there was a style called Italian 8, and typically it would have big brackets and a lot of times paired brackets.
They look huge.
They're huge. Clay tile on top.
American Spanish tile, and it's a pan tile. It has a loop on the top and then a pan, so it's a one-piece thing, and they just stack on each other.
Don't break it because Robert will start crying.
I'm sensitive.
He's a sensitive guy, you know.
Well, the only way we're going to get it done is
If we
get
do
to
it,
work.
get it
Let's
done.
get it done.
Let's get out of here. Hey, Lonnie, I got a project. I just dug this thing out of a pile of stuff that I've been saving for a while, and I was either going to make a buffet out of it, but I think I'm going to do something a little different. I think I'm going to do a settee. You know, after a while, you have pieces that just kind of are the misfit toys. They can't find an owner. Well, the bottom drawer was the perfect height for a bench. I'm going to basically get rid of these 2 drawers, and then we'll use this one. And people can sit in it and then have storage underneath. And I think maybe what we can do is use this top
For the bench?
for the bench. I've never done this before, so it's cut something and see what happens. You always want to save the parts because it's the same wood. And if we can recycle all that to go into the piece, it just makes it look a lot more uniform, like it was meant to be. The next thing is kind of make it ergonomic, so this is not holding you in. I want to figure out how high the arm needs to be. So I'm a little tall, so we'll maybe make it an inch shorter.
That's 11.
Okay.
Bottom of your elbow.
So 10 inches should be pretty comfortable for most people. These are side-of-the-road finds. People throw these things away all the time. Just for that reason, they're just not usable anymore. For a dresser, they could be, but yeah, anybody can do this. It takes minimal tools. It just takes a little ambition and a little bit of paint. Sweet. Ooh. We're up in Mount Jackson, which is about 2 hours north of us. Beautiful area. And there's a house that's getting ready to be raised because it no longer has any use to the owners, and they need to expand their business.
All right, guys. Welcome to Mount Jackson.
People don't want to tear things down, but sooner or later, the time runs out, and they call us in.
This is the Nelson House in Mount Jackson. It's the guy that started this company. It's now called Holtzman Oil, and they're expanding into this lot, right? A growing company, and this house has got to come down, but they don't want it to go to waste. So, unfortunately, it's been taken advantage of by others.
It used to have windows and doors.
Yeah.
And it's already been picked pretty hard. They removed all the windows, and really all that's left are the features on the outside and a few small pieces inside.
But the key to this whole project are these brackets, the beams on the cornice, and the roof tiles. There's a bunch of Spanish, what's called Spanish tile roof. Each one of them has got a retail value of about $4 to $5.
Wow.
So,
How many are here?
I'm hoping about 3,000 plus from my estimates.
Do the
and it's going to be a little tough to get them off. So staging-wise, we're going to clear the roof first before we start working on this cornice. We got to get the weight off of it, and then we're going to take that. All the overhangs pretty much are going to come down. We need to get to work now. Okay? Shall we?
Let's
do it. All right, guys.
Let's go to work. Go!
We divided up the crew. Mike was going to take care of spotting the equipment, get the guys working on the interior stuff, and I was going to go up and explore the brackets, how they were going to come off, and do a little exploration on the roof.
Well, Robert and I had an idea of starting on, if you're looking at the front of the house to the left, that one wing coming off. So I was going to move the machinery around to the back left of the house and get in position. Not that simple.
Not starting out good.
It had been raining up there probably for 2 weeks.
Come on now.
It turned out to be Mud City.
I can't even get up on this platform.
You got to go around?
Guess we go around back.
Evidently, the ground up in Mount Jackson is perfect for holding water.
I'm just gonna get some popcorn and start watching.
And as soon as I got in the back, it was, it was mud, mud, mud.
Right now, I'm just trying to harvest some of this stuff laying all over the place. If I can get Mike to learn how to operate that piece of equipment, we'll be ahead of the game. Mike, you making any progress down there?
I'm spinning everywhere I go.
Really?
I'm in clean grass right there, and it's spinning.
It's not good. It's, we're already in trouble.
I'm having a lot of problems here. So this thing might be a no-go for us.
So we decided that these spindles are not worth saving, but we really like this stairwell. Robert thinks it's walnut, which is good. This is a monkey tail. I learned that from Robert not long ago, and I mean, once you learn that, it's kind of cute and fun, so you don't forget it. The goal is to try to keep it all in one piece.
All right, cut the monkey.
All right.
And we have salvage.
The backyard's a mess. Have you seen it?
Oh my God, no, but I can only imagine.
I'm stuck.
Basically, I wasn't going to get this lift out on my own, so I employed Tay to come in, drive the forklift, which had better traction, to pull us out.
This has got bigger wheels, it's got bigger tread, and that one's just, I mean, it's got tread, but the mud just fills all the gaps, so that it's just like driving on slicks.
We didn't have a chains, so I used some straps we had on the back of the truck.
What could go wrong? Come on, baby. Just like that.
Tools in their proper uses.
Yeah, I just needed more straps. Or a chain.
Chain is the proper tool for that, but
Didn't have it.
You can kind of double or triple loop it. Come on! Come on!
He's already in a bad mood. Stuck in the mud.
Here we are at 10 o'clock in the morning on the first and only day, and I don't have one piece of machinery I can use.
All I'm doing now is digging me a big pit.
what are we going to do? I mean, it's like, I don't even know if we can do this job.
I'm kind of screwed here.
We have a game plan to get all this roof off. And as soon as one of those heavy pieces of equipment hit the yard, it turned into soup.
Tell you what I'm thinking is maybe we go around the other way. What I want you to do, I might have to have you drag me through here.
Once I got out of the deep stuff, I had a little bit of confidence we could get to the front of the building and make it work there.
This is highly questionable.
Kay finally got up. We pulled it up on the front lawn, and that's where it stayed almost the rest of the trip. So I think I just need to carry the clipboard from now on.
The plan was to get the weight off the roof, off the overhangs, and that means harvesting those tiles first. As soon as we got that stuff out of the way, we could get some people working on the brackets underneath, get that done, then go back to the roof.
And we've got a lot of value right here. It's a copper gutter that we can recycle. And then we've got all this 90-year-old roof tile that will last another 200 years. The toughest part is getting started. 1926 is when it was made. It's all marked on the back of these tiles. That's July 23rd, 1926, and it may be that one, maybe 1 o'clock, or it might be the particular factory it came out of.
All the field tiles have a manufacture date on the back.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that's why
I was too busy removing them to sit and read anything. You see Robert puts his glasses on.
Oh, this is a very good year for a tile. I've never done this before. And I don't know that I want to do it again. Heads up.
These are very fragile. Every time I broke a tile, it was $3, and I could hear Robert wincing.
Heads up, everybody.
But, you know, I was real careful. As careful as I could be.
Yeah, we're trying to get this roofing material stored properly for travel. It has to go on its edge, and they get stacked up, and you put a slip thing so that it doesn't rub against each other.
those things shake, and then they rub against each other.
Chafe.
And they chafe.
Chatter. Every time you have to handle it, it's just money you're spending that you're not going to get back. So if you can go right from the roof into its tote, it's one step you don't have to do.
Salvage crate.
Salvage crates, yes. Totes my goats. What the hell's my goats mean? I don't...
The guys downstairs just brought this up to me. It's a dresser that they have cut off, brought the top down to be the bottom of a seat, and then brought the drawers up to be the back. I think I'm going to try blue on this. That's really coming back in the furniture industry. A lot of blue's been used. And then the other color, I'm going to use more of a tan color. It still has that look of a chest of drawers, only in a much different design. Finish this up, get it out on the floor, and we'll have a unique piece of furniture.
I think I'm at the end of my rope.
You got to figure out how they're attached to the building, and the only way to do that is get rid of the brick around it.
I've had to build brackets like these. I know how hard it is to do and the value of them. They were beautiful, and they were in great shape. And the only problem was that they were buried in the brick masonry.
First brick's the hardest. As soon as we get rid of one, we'll be in. Don't let it beat you.
Oh man, I got a quarter of a brick and I'm getting...
Grayson and I started taking one apart, taking the masonry off. It wasn't going to come out while it was stuck in the masonry. It also had this steel bracket in there that was just as, once you got the bricks away from it, you could pop up the metal band and the thing just, you pried off the wood wall, which is what it was originally done in the first place. It was nailed up, strapped down with a metal. You got to do it in reverse or otherwise you're going to damage the bracket.
Right, you got this.
So all we got to do is pop this guy up.
It's got 3 nails in the top of it, and then you rotate it out. But the brick, the top brick has to come out.
You know, I spent a lot of time with Grayson figuring out how to get them out the most efficient way. Scott and I were working on the other side of the building up on the lift, you know, taking them out, boom, boom, boom. Got a plan, keep with it.
We appreciate that.
I come back, and Ted and Mike are doing something just completely different.
There's other ways to skin a cat. So there's other ways to take a bracket off.
You know, I've taken down about 7 or 8 of these. I haven't had any problems.
I've figured all this stuff out, If somebody's out trying to do it a different way that I know is not going to work, it kind of torques me off a little bit.
Robert, right here, show us how to do it.
I will. I will, because this is a waste of time. You still got the brick in the way.
You know, you've got a day to do this. Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel?
Give me this.
We had our version of Robert's bracket removal, and Robert didn't like it very much.
Right, hold this for a second.
Because I was like, no, you do it this way. And then right about that time, that brick flew out and just nailed him right in the head.
Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike. You all right?
No, not all right. I saw stars.
Yeah, you're bleeding. You're bleeding.
I was just trying to knock some sense into you, clearly.
There's not much way of knocking sense in it. You've been around me long enough, and it happens, you know, and we get on with it, but, you know, don't let it happen again. Watch it now. There you go. Look at that. That's how you do it.
Hey, this is adorable. I just finished painting this corner. They worked on it down in the basement. It was a chest of drawers where they took the top of the chest of drawers, moved it down, took the drawer fronts, brought those up, and secured them to the back to make this really neat bench.
I think it was beyond my expectations. You know, the mechanics of it turned out real good, and then the paint scheme, I think, was spot on. It's a fun piece.
Look at that. Oh. Well, I think this is going to sell pretty quick. In fact, I would like it. I know you said...
I would like it.
Well, I brought my truck, so it may be gone by the end of the day.
We're making awesome progress, though. They're loading the brackets up there now, and, you know, this whole side of the house is bracket-free and tile-free, so I think it'll go pretty quick.
Hi, Kate! We're three quarters done here. We're gonna go on now to the front side of the house. I'd like to claim this roof for America.
That's how you take a roof off.
God, I'm tired of being so good at being so fast, you know. 2 days would have been great.
Probably been more reasonable.
It'd been a lot more reasonable. I probably would have taken the brackets out a lot easier. I think we had a great week. I acquired a cool bus that is going to be like nothing you've ever seen. Got a really neat dresser bench creation.
4,600 tiles and 32 brackets, I think.
And one dent in the head.